Hello, hello, my friends. Hello, hello. It's Jodie Harvala. I am a psychic medium, spiritual teacher here in Fargo, North Dakota. We are doing our 31 days of spirit through the whole month of December. Teaching you all my little tips and tricks and just doing some little mini classes each day to remind people that spirit's always around and to offer little tidbits of some of the material that I teach and some of the tools that can help you through the holiday season or any time of the year. Doesn't have to be through the holidays. So I'm just going to hang for a second, let everyone jump on and say hello. I am on StreamYard.com. So do register and say hello to me in the comments so I know some people are here and if you can hear me okay. Finally got my computer back so I can see, which is great. Good morning, everyone. Hello, hello. And just a reminder, we are doing prizes through email. So on Fridays, you'll get an email that gives you all the links that we've done so you can watch the replays and you can download them if you want to keep them for future use. And then, so if you're signed up on the email list, you will be in for the prizes. Also, if you share this video and if you comment, even if you're watching the replay, I'm looking at all the comments. And it doesn't matter if you comment once or, don't comment 1,000 times, but once or not. And then you will be also put in my big box of names for prizes. We wanted to do some fun stuff with prizes. We did not want to overwhelm you with emails, so we're doing our best. But, I was reading an old post of mine from a few years ago. Try not to get too upset with the emails. Like, all us small businesses are really excited to share our stuff with you. And it's one of the ways we pay our bills. And so I haven't heard too much grumbling about it this year, but I know, we know. But feel free to offer your Christmas shopping and things like that. Think about a small business. I shop both small business and large business. I do both. But I do, if I can, I do try to support the small business this time of year because it's typically slower. It's typically a tight season for a lot of businesses this time of year. So we don't want to do crazy stuff on your emails. So we did once a week. And then I have my normal emails that go out too. Look at all you fabulous people showing up. I see Chandel and Selma and Linda. I see Jen and Carla. Samantha, hello. And Carrie and Donna. And hey, Chris and Sue. Yay. Hello. All right, ladies. Good to see you all. I also put a link up. So today, for day number 5 already, we're talking about meditation. Why people hate it. I shouldn't say it, but I know a lot of people don't like it, or they're really, really, really resistant to it. And I want to talk about that because I think a lot of people think meditation is for something that, and I did. And when I got some little bit different perspective, it really helped me kind of settle into what meditation was for. And I have created over the summer, I created a little fun meditation package. It's $11. You can't beat that. And I think there's 6 or 7, maybe 8 meditations, 7. I think there's 7. And I tried to keep all my meditations right around that 10 minutes to 20 minutes. They're definitely not longer than 20 minutes. You really only need to do 15 minutes. But it's a great place to get you started. If you're used to my voice, sometimes that's helpful. So if you wanted to do a little commitment ceremony for yourself and meditate, just see how it happens to work for you over the holiday season. I meditate a lot. I have found I'm trying to think of my best story for meditation. So I didn't really know what meditation was for a really long time. I tended to run a little anxious. I still kind of run a little anxious sometimes depending on what's going on in life, but I've learned how to manage it, I guess is the way to put that. But I was really fear-based for a really long time. Nothing was good in the world. Nothing good happened to me. Everything. I was big victim girl. It was everyone else's fault, all that kind of stuff. And I met Wes Hamilton is actually the guy. He's a numerologist. He's fantastic. And he really got me into meditation. His meditations were more of an intense program, and it kicked my emotional ass. That's the only way I can explain it. Because he has a certain program that he teaches, and it really helps to move some stuff out of the way and to really do a lot of inner emotional healing stuff. And it really changed my life. And when I moved forward from that class and started doing my own stuff, I've continued to meditate since then. And as far as anything, consistency, I'm really consistent at not being consistent, right? I'm not very good at being consistent for things. And I don't know that I've ever stepped away from meditation since I started with him. And that was over 10 years ago. It was very powerful for me, meditation. And there have been times where meditation is super easy for me. There's been times like the whole time. My dad passed a couple years ago in June, and I had 16 other people before him pass. It was a very tough few months. And that summer, meditation was very difficult for me. And I knew why it was difficult. I didn't stop doing it, but it was very difficult. So I do think there are times where meditation can be more difficult when you're moving through stuff. But I sat quiet a lot that summer. And it wasn't just about my dad passing. It was about a client passing and friends passing and relatives passing. And I mean, it was just a lot of death. And so I still used the silence, even though some of the meditation piece wasn't as powerful at the moment. And it came back. It always comes back. But I do think that meditation, people expect it to have a certain, they just expect it to be a certain way. And I think meditation is different almost every day. Okay, so I just want to take a quick look. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, all of you guys. Love our full moon meditations. If you missed them, come back to them first of all. And on our celebration page, thank you for bringing that up. The full moon group clearings are amazing. And we're going to be adding to them and giving some more value to them in the beginning of the year. So sign up now because it's cheaper now than it's going to be. So get locked in now so that you can get the bonuses and all that's coming in the new year, because once you're in, you're in. Okay. So just a little FYI on that. Okay. Hello. Hello. I see you all. Okay. If you guys see some weird person come into the comments that's asking like, oh my gosh, I have important information for you. Please send me your money. Those are scammers. They're trolls. We don't give a lot of attention to them. I just like to bring it up. Don't send them money, you guys. They are not from us. They're not tied from us. They're not anything to do with us. The language they use can be very manipulative, and it can kind of be like, oh, I wonder though. So they are not attached to us, and just block them. I'll do my best to stay focused, but sometimes when I'm talking, I don't see them pop in, and they'll go down the list of names. So if you see that, please ignore it. A lot of us that do this work, they just jump in, and we can't block them until we see them. Okay. FYI, don't do that. Tell me how many of you that are on, there's quite a few people on right now. How many of you meditate consistently? Give me a little feedback. Let me see where you're at. Do you meditate consistently? Do you meditate once in a while? Or is it totally new to you? Give me a little feedback so I know where to teach from. I mean, I'll teach about it all, but I like to see where you guys are at. And if you don't meditate, tell me why. Perfect, Alice. I was hoping someone would say that. Zaina said, I wish I do get quiet daily once in a while. I don't. I want to, but it's hard with a 1-year-old. I remember meditating with little kids. Once in a while, more of a prayer in the morning. Occasionally when someone is doing a meditation. I do now every day and sometimes a couple times. Yep, me too. I'm just starting. Don't know where to begin. Well, we'll tell you. Not as often as I like. Kim goes, why? Good question. I don't know. No reason. No excuses. Try to, but not consistently. Grateful for the day ahead of me. On and off. Not as much as I would like. Yep. Meditate once in a while now. I was consistent, but have gotten away from it. Want to do more. I go in spurts, drop off, find the time. Morning prayer and my moon meditation. Once in a while, used to be consistent. Here's the thing, you guys. It's called a meditation practice for a reason. We are practicing being consistent and showing up for yourself. Meditation is the first thing that I ever showed up for myself for. And I didn't realize it at the time, but that really was one of the things that was one of my first steps in showing up for myself. Focusing is hard. Yep. Donna said, I've learned it doesn't have to be long. It could be 5 minutes while I'm walking, goes in spurts. Yep. Pretty normal. All of those answers are quite normal. And meditation helped me show up for myself. Also journaling, I show up every day for, and I have. Journaling took me longer to show up as a consistent thing. I actually worked with my mentor to help me with my journaling, because I used to journal when I was younger. I had diaries all over the place, and then a boyfriend read it and found some shit he shouldn't have read. And that really pissed me off. And it just felt like such a, it just got me. And so I didn't do it anymore. And I could really tell, even with my mental health, like journaling and meditation are so good for you. And so with my mentor, I was like, listen, I want to write to you every day. You don't need to read it. You don't need to do anything about it. I just want to write to you and get back into my journaling. And so that's what we did for years. I still write to her every day. I don't always send it to her every day now, but I write to her every day because it helped me show up for myself. I was training myself to show up for myself. And there's a lot of places that's a struggle. And so if that's something that kind of sits like, ooh, that makes sense to me. Meditation is a really nice step. Okay. Yep. I'll get into that, Anne. Hold tight. Yep. Journaling is tough for people to get into. And I know I have a day that we'll talk about that piece. Okay. So meditation. To me, what meditation is for. So here's where sometimes a new perspective might help. So when I first started meditating, I really felt like that was where I was supposed to get all my answers. And it was where I was supposed to hear my guides and get all my answers and all my signs. And like that was like the question answer time is what I thought meditation was. What I learned was meditation is the time to actually connect, to become connected to a higher vibration, to the light, to the universe, to God, to whatever it might be. Hold on. I thought my phone was off. Let me turn it off. So meditation is actually how you connect and align each day. And I do recommend meditating more in the morning before your head gets full. Not everyone likes that. I actually meditate in the morning. Oftentimes I'll meditate in the afternoon before the kids come home, or before I'm done with, or right when I'm done with work, before I start my evening, right before Eli gets home, I'll take, a good 15, 20 minutes and meditate at that point. And sometimes I meditate before I go to bed. For me, meditation became an exercise to learn how to quiet my head down. So a lot of people will say, well, I can't meditate. My head's just too busy. I'm like, that's the point. That's the point. The point is to learn how to quiet your mind down. And it takes some time. So a lot of people think you're supposed to go into meditation, be quiet, and not hear anything. And I don't think that's what meditation is. Can I get to that point? Absolutely now. But when I first started, I'd close my eyes and I'd be like, okay, breathe in, breathe out. I'm just going to pay attention to my breath. Boy, gosh, I wonder if the kids took their meds, and I wonder if Eli got groceries. Oh, wait, breathe. I got to breathe. Okay. Okay, I'm going to breathe. All right. I wonder if, and I was off all the time. And the first part of my meditation was learning how to bring myself back. That was the first step, is like my head would go and I'd have to bring myself back. My head would go and I'd bring myself back. My head would go and I'd bring myself back, because it was always full. That's why meditation and journaling is great, because the journaling helps you like dump the energy out, and then the meditation helps you stay in alignment with it and quiet your head and learn how to quiet your head, which I can tell you, in a crisis moment, learning how to have control of your thoughts is a very good skill to have. It's really a good skill to have. And it helps you in, when if someone's coming at you, or you're in a fight with someone, or someone's really just out of control or whatever, it helps you stay in your own energy, in control. It's a beautiful tool. I also am ADD, ADHD, all that kind of good stuff too. So I understand it's really hard, because we pop around to a bunch of different things. Like, I can't just go wash the dishes. I got to wash the dishes, go upstairs, get the laundry. I need to run down to the basement and grab that. Then I need to go clean the toilet. Like, I'm all over the place, right? And so what meditation has done is helped me control and find a different way to be in my day. And if I'm not meditating, I am much more jumpy all over the place. I'm also very reactive when I don't meditate. Meditation helped me be responsive and respond to things instead of being so reactive all the time. Okay. I also have a temper. And so it's really helped to tame my temper. And I kind of always had a little bit of a temper. And that was tied to a bunch of other shit. And so as I got better at meditation, I was able to recognize kind of where it came from. And then I was able to do my work and do my healing work and all that kind of stuff. So meditation is a huge step for a bunch of different dominoes. We don't like to say it's a have to, because you don't have to do it. But the people that I know that meditate tend to be able to manage their energy a little bit better. I've not met anyone that doesn't meditate that doesn't. Even your manifestations, even your goals, like all that kind of stuff, I ask all of those people, and it's not necessarily successful people. You don't have to meditate. You can meditate and still be broke, but you're still going to manage your energy better. You're going to manage your emotions better. You're going to manage your thoughts better. You're going to manage your habits better. And meditation creates a doorway for that. And the people that feel the calmest and more peaceful to me, I'm like, hey, you meditate, don't you? And they're like, yep, every day. And I'm like, hey, do you meditate? Yep, every day. And I've done I've probably questioned 10,000 people over the last 15 years, and they all meditate. Yep, over the last couple of years, as I tried to meditate more, I've had situations that normally would have had me in a rage. I was able to step back and stay in my calm more and respond. Yep. It is. It's so interesting. So the difference between meditation and manifesting, I think they go a little bit hand in hand. For me, meditation is connecting to the light, connecting to spirit, connecting to myself. It's aligning myself with myself, grounding myself, connecting to my team. Manifesting is more bringing in the energy of what I want to create, creating those intentions, creating that vision, creating that life that I want to create. So meditation, I do meditation before I do any of my manifestation work, because if I'm not aligned and connected, like it's not going to be as powerful. So when I meditate, I'm connecting to the light. I'll take you through it in just a minute. I connect to the light. I connect to the earth. I spend a few moments calling in the angels of my spirit team. And over time, I've learned a few of the guides and angels that are with me. And we'll talk about that on another day as well. And I call in my loved ones and I just align with the energy. And then typically by the time I get done with that, I've kind of I kind of get to that blank space. And so I can sit in that a little bit too, because you want to leave room for spirit. And if you can quiet your mind, that's where that awesome intentional energy can come through you. I also love guided meditations. That's why I created some for you guys. I listen to Abraham Hicks. I love their meditations. They're 15 minutes. They tell you when to breathe. They tell you some good words in your head. They just take you through it. And a lot of times I can just take off and just let my head go. I also now, I didn't used to, but I now can go, like, let's say this afternoon, let's just say that I had a whole afternoon to myself. And sometimes at the lake, I get this. I will sit down, I will get super comfortable, and I will just let myself be in the silence, and I just let my mind go. It's the most awesome feeling, and it took me a long time to get there, but it kind of rests your head too. Like, it lets your brain rest. It leaves some room so spirit and inspiration and ideas and all that can come in, because when you're aligned, then all through the day is when you're going to get your answers, your solutions, your signs. Spirit comes in all day long. And I used to think that was the time that all that was supposed to come in. And I was like, I never get that in meditation. I must be doing it wrong. But I did get signs. I got numbers. I got all sorts of direction, different things like that throughout the day. I didn't realize it was the alignment that was supporting that piece. Does that make sense to you guys? Tell me if that makes sense. And if you have questions, of course. Great question. So Alicia said, well, how do we know if meditation worked? Is it just a feeling of calmness? I struggle having this feeling for very long. That's why I feel like I'm doing it wrong. Sometimes it's just a minute. You get to that kind of blank space and it just lasts a minute. That's perfect. That's perfect. Because all of the time before that, you're still aligning and learning how to stay in that space a little bit longer. So you're not doing it wrong. You can't screw up meditation, you guys. You can be unfocused and not be able to kind of calm yourself. That's pretty normal when you first start. But if you're even getting there for just a moment, Alicia, you're doing it right. Meditation, when I've had like a really good meditation, for me, I feel rested and I feel refreshed. So I really try to meditate when I travel because it wears me out a little bit. I just get tired. And so I will do a 10, 15-minute meditation if I can on the plane or in the airport or whatever. And I just feel like maybe it was a little nap, or I just feel a little bit more calm and refreshed. There's a clarity for me. So you're not doing it wrong. And the goal is to try to get that moment, or that just kind of that blanks. It's just, you want to try to get that for longer moments. Again, even if you just get it for a minute or 30 seconds when you first start, that's perfect. Then you just want to learn how to make that keep going. Okay. Yep. You want to be aligned. So then you can watch for the signs and the answers and all that kind of stuff. What's the difference between trance and meditation? I don't know that I can give you a great answer, Shondell. I have not studied trance. I think trance is a little bit different. To me, trance is you're taking your brain to a different place. Meditation, you're just kind of clearing everything out. I do think you do that with trance too. Let me do some research. I actually don't know the difference between trance and I know there's a difference because energetically it feels different to me, but I think trance takes you to a different place than the meditation that I'm talking about. So I'm not for sure on that. There might be someone that does trance meditation on here. And there's lots of kinds of meditations, you guys. There are so many styles of meditations. Prayer is a meditation if you get quiet and connected. Walking, you can definitely do a walking meditation. I still encourage people to learn how to be with themselves, because that's the other piece. If you struggle, my husband doesn't love silence. He always laughs. He's like, I don't want to be in my head that long. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And because he always likes a little noise on, I like the quiet because I don't mind being in my head anymore. I used to, because it wasn't a very nice place. But I really like to learn how to be with myself because I have to live with myself. So I might as well get used to what's going on in here and then clean anything up that shouldn't be there. So make sure that you are thinking about that piece. Yeah, trance is a little bit more like channeling. I agree. But some people do trance and they're quiet too. So again, there's a million different types of meditations, you guys. Similar. Yeah, Alice. Sometimes I do align my chakras if that comes up for me. I'll take you through a meditation that I do, a simple one, so you guys can have a little sample of it. Yeah, guided meditation is one of my favorites too. See, that's how spirit works, Addie. She said, I just got done with the meditation. Then I got a notification that you were doing live about meditation. I see people in places when I meditate. Usually it's how I found out I was pregnant. Yeah, because when for some people, when you go into meditation, you might see things, you might feel things, you might get answers, or you might get some things drop in. Not everybody gets that, but some people do. Sometimes I'll get some stuff in meditation too. I think my focus is always to be so connected. And then if I'm looking for answers and things like that, it comes different for me. But I do agree. I used to like see different spiritual help when I did my meditation. Some people see colors, some people see nothing. So it's all, some people, you think you're going to sleep when you meditate. Like, oh, I fall asleep every time I meditate. And I'm like, nah, I don't think you are. Sometimes you might be, but often you're stretching your consciousness so far out and you just haven't figured out how to bring it back in yet. So that happens too. Yeah. Yep. Anne said, I believe you just hit the nail on the head. I don't stay in my head very long because I hate where I'm at in my life right now. And that's why you would meditate. So you can learn how to feel different, and just having that few minutes of a break in what's been rolling through your head and your thoughts, just having that little few minutes of silence can sometimes change that. Okay. Because if you don't like where you're at, obviously something needs to change. But a lot of times we have so much momentum. That's the word I'm trying to get to. There's so much momentum going. And if you just keep thinking about the same stuff, you just keep attracting the same stuff. And meditation helps you raise your vibration. And so it also helps open the door for your thoughts to start to shift a little bit too. You can't go from a shitty mindset to a positive one like immediately. You there's a little bit of energy that needs to shift. And so meditation, taking a nap, doing some distraction, that helps. Okay. Sometimes if you're so stuck in your head and you can't meditate, Spirit told me one time we were in such an icky place in life and I was so frustrated and I couldn't meditate and I couldn't connect and I was just really pissed off. And my spirit kept saying, go clean the toilet, go clean the toilet. And I'm like, I have boys. I have no interest in cleaning the toilet. It's disgusting. And my spirit just kept saying, go clean the toilet, go clean the toilet. And I was like, oh, fuck, fine. I'll go clean the toilet. And I went to clean the toilet. And because I was annoyed and I was, taking place and doing the toilet, blah, 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 then all of a sudden inspiration dropped in. And I was like, oh, I know what I'm going to do. So it was kind of an active meditation that gave enough space for a solution to come in. So it's another way, like even if life sucks, meditate. Okay. All right. So let me take you through a meditation as long as you're not driving. Let me just take you through a very quick little thing that I do. And again, we have a little package for $11 of like 7 meditations, or the moon meditation is always great. So go ahead and just get yourself quiet, put your pens and pencils down, get your animals settled. My cats like to meditate with me. My kitty that I lost last winter, he was my meditation buddy for years. I would go to meditate and he would already be sitting by the chair where I always meditate. He would already be sitting there meowing at me, waiting because he had his spot. I had my spot and we would meditate together. So animals, including dogs, they all love to meditate. All right. Okay. Get yourself quiet. I don't care if you sit up. I don't care if you lie down. I don't care if you stand up. It's people that tend to fall asleep, I'll tell them just stand up when you meditate, because it'll keep you present enough, and it will keep you in a place where you still stay focused on what you're doing. I don't like to stand up when I meditate, but I have. But I usually just sit. I sit. I put my feet up. All right, so you're going to go ahead and you are just going to get quiet. You're going to start taking some breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. And I usually will take a few deep breaths just to remind myself to breathe, because in our world, most of us breathe up here, and you want to have nice full breaths. Okay, and so you're going to close your eyes, and you're just going to take your attention above your head and take your attention above your house, above the trees, up into the sky, above the clouds, and you're going to plug yourself into the light. And I've heard this from different teachers, but they said just imagine that there's an extension cord and you're plugging into the light. And then see if you notice that light coming down through your head, down through your neck and your throat, down your shoulders and your arms, all the way down to your fingers, letting that light go down through your chest, taking it all the way down through your stomach, down through your hips, your legs, down through your knees, all the way down through your ankles and your feet, way down deep into the earth, down through the dirt and the rocks and the tree roots. Take that energy all the way down to the center of Mother Earth and plug into that earth energy. Mother Earth has that really nurturing, grounded energy. So I like to plug into it, and then you start to pull that up from your feet. Take a nice big breath. Bring that nurturing, grounded energy up through your knees, all the way up through your hips. Bring it up through your physical body, up through your heart space, up through your shoulders, down your arms, up through your neck and your head, and bring that grounded energy all the way up, plugging it into the light. And I usually stay there for a few seconds, because now you're connected, both heaven and earth. And just notice how you feel being connected, both heaven and earth. You got that high vibe of heaven, and then you got that nice grounded energy of the earth. Now I want you to take your energy to your heart space, and I want you to expand it 360 degrees all the way around you, as big as your house. And then expand it as big as the town that you're in. Expand it as big as the United States. As big as the world. As big as the universe. So you're nice and big and open and allowing. You're allowing your energy and your spirit to be nice and big. Now I want you to call in Archangel Michael. So to me, he's a big, huge blue angel. He might be a different color to you, but we're going to wrap that blue light all the way around us. And I actually want you to breathe that blue light in. Because Archangel Michael helps us maintain our energy. It's kind of that guardian energy. And then you can ask your guardian angel, whether you know who it is or not, you can ask them to wrap their energy all the way around you. Also breathing that energy in. Because that also helps you maintain your energy. This is when I will call in my spiritual team. And I ask them just to come in close and be with me for the day. I call in my loved ones. I call in that God or universe energy, whatever you love to call it. And I have this golden light that I put all around me so that I'm connected. I've brought my team in, And now I would just sit in just a few minutes of silence as long as I can. So let's just try a minute or two. And I just want you to breathe. And just focus on your breath. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Just allowing yourself to stay in that gentle, quiet space. See if you can feel your spirit team around you or your loved ones. Maybe that God energy, spirit energy. Maybe you feel nature. This is also a nice time right before you come back. Maybe you set an intention for the day. Maybe your intention is to laugh a lot today. Maybe your intention is to feel better than yesterday. Maybe your intention is just to stay present for the day. Then you're going to take a nice big deep breath, bringing yourself back to your body, wiggling your toes, wiggling your fingers. Take a nice big breath, bring yourself back to the room, feeling connected, feeling protected, like your energy is going to be maintained, feeling grounded. Take one more big breath. Let me know how that felt. So that did not take us long at all. That was just a few minutes. And in my meditations and guided meditations, what's nice about them is they kind of keep you just enough connected to the voice that you stay focused. And so you stay in that calm spot. Okay. I like to be connected to the light, and I like to be connected to the earth. Those of you that have a hard time staying present and grounded, do the light and the earth and bring yourself together. You can use whatever wording that you want. That's just the words that I like to use. That was peaceful. Do you or anyone here meditate with crystals? I do sometimes meditate with crystals if I'm called to. A crystal that, where's my crystals? I kind of moved I'm doing cleaning out of my office, so I don't know where all my stuff is. I have everything moved. Selenite is sometimes a nice crystal to use. What I would tell you to do, hun, is I would tell you to go to a rock shop. And I would walk around asking spirit to say, okay, show me what stone would be great for me to meditate with. And I would let your intuition pick the stone. I wouldn't even see what the stone was about for a while. I would pick the stone, go meditate with it for a week or two, then see what it's about, because that will allow the magic of that crystal or stone to work with you. But amethyst is a great meditation stone. I think anything that you're guided to, like I've done meditation with just rocks I found, like rocks, because I needed to be grounded. So I'll just hold one, or I'll put one in my bra or my pocket or something. But absolutely, you can meditate with crystals. Absolutely. That felt so great. I wanted just to keep going. Yep. When I try it on my own lately, I just want it to be done. If that happens, try to sit through the uncomfortableness of it for just a little bit, Kim. And then if it really doesn't work for you, get up and go do something else. Maybe you need to do something like clean the toilet instead. Maybe there's just some energy going that you need to work out, and then come back and try it again. And try different times of the day. Personally, if you can meditate for a few minutes in the morning, it really does set the vibration for the day, and it sets in that responding versus reaction. That's why a lot of us talk about doing it in the morning. I also meditate in the afternoon. I always have. So just try it. Try a few different times. Okay. Kim said also, my dog is sitting next to me, took a big sigh, sprawled out, and seemed to really relax. Yeah. Good, good, good. Tiger's eye and amethyst. Yep. Really intense, felt some intense emotions, energy, and healing energy. Beautiful. And sometimes emotions will come up when you meditate. And when I feel that, a lot of times to me, that's just me connecting with that higher realms. Like when I do work with angels sometimes and readings and stuff, it does make me emotional because we're connecting with that pure light, that pure unconditional love. And so some people do cry. There's nothing wrong with that piece. Also, sometimes when you let yourself go into meditation, you're out of your fight or flight. And then your body's like, oh, we can finally let it all out. And then you might get emotional. I used to get anxiety and panic attacks, and they're awful. And I would meditate. And during my meditation, I would cry the whole time because I don't think I allowed it any other time. And so also meditation is great if you're someone that wakes up at night at the same time every night. Sometimes that's your guides and angels trying to get a peaceful moment with you. So when you start to meditate consistently, then they don't need to wake you up at night to try to get your attention. So I do really, really feel like meditation is a magical tool. I really do. And meditation can be short. It can be 5 minutes when you first start. It can be a minute. 5 minutes might be a great goal, but sometimes you can just get quiet for a minute. That's a good place to start. I think for me, I think guided meditation is easier for people when they're first new. That's why I created that little $11 bundle, because I think it's easier to follow a voice that you're used to, or one that you trust a little bit, or it just sounds good to you. I think that's really helpful. I taught my kids how to meditate. And I don't know that they do it now as teenagers. You know, they're 17 and 21. I don't know that they do it. But I taught them when they were little. That's how they used to go to bed at night. Cause I'd be like, oh, it's time to meditate. My friend Darcy, I'll try to get that link and share it with you guys, but she had these beautiful kid meditations, and, I'm trying to remember what her website is. And we would just listen to that. And when they were in bed meditating, I would listen to the story too, because she has a great voice, first of all. But that was great. And so those little kids like meditation. They know about meditation more than we do because they came from the light. They're closer to the light than they are far away. Okay. All right. Nice, Ann. That's great. Frankie's been, well, that's because Frankie misses seeing me. You got to come back to the full moon things. Wasn't it Frankie that had his face? So I do a full moon clearing every month, and I think it was Frankie. It was so funny. So Jacqueline, she went into meditation, and her dog just sat and stared at me the whole time we were meditating. It was the funniest thing. We were on Zoom, and all I could see the whole time was this dog just staring at me the whole time. Dogs and cats love me. They love to meditate. They like to be in the energy of it. Okay, what questions? Any other questions coming up around meditation? There's something else I was going to say about it, and I totally forgot. So let's ask some questions. It was him. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, that was the funniest thing. I should try to find that picture and post it. It was so great. Everyone's got their eyes closed, and then there's his just cute little face looking at me. It was hard to stay focused. All right. Any other questions on meditations, my friends? Definitely think about, I put the link on top. Think about the magical meditation package that we put. Again, it's $11, but also think about the full moon group meditation. That is more of a guided meditation, also includes clearing. So some of you have been talking about how you just got all this shit going on. Sometimes you need to do a clearing meditation. And in the full moon group clearings, that's what we do. I'll take you through a guided meditation, but I'm also teaching you how to clear your energy. And they have been amazing. So I used to do them all the time. Then I took a little break from them with clients. And right before, it was like a week or two before COVID broke out, my spirit's like, start those moon meditations again. You're going to need them. And we started it, and we've been doing them ever since. So those are every month right around the full moon or on the full moon. I have been using Hertz sound meditation. There is, I don't know if I have any favorites, but I do like those, Marsha. I use them too. There is so many meditations on YouTube, you guys. I mean, I would love for you to use my meditations. I think Abraham is great. I do like the Hertz sound. Some of like my kids did not like those. I tried to do those with my kids when they were smaller, and they did not care for them. I don't know if it was just too intense for them or not. Oh, I'm not doing any questions today, hon. I'll let you guys know when I'm doing readings, okay? All right, that's what I got for you today. Try doing meditation. Consistency really is the key. And if you don't have 15 minutes to hook up to yourself, your spirit, your energy, your light, ground your energy, that is a problem. So you may want to have a little talk with yourself and be like, okay, you know what? Maybe it is time to get up 10 minutes early, sit down, get quiet, learn how to meditate, and just watch what happens. Just give it a chance for a month and see what's different in your life. Okay? All right, friends, you guys have a great, great, great day. And I will be back tomorrow. Oh, I don't know what we're doing tomorrow. I don't know what we're doing tomorrow. I'll let you know. It'll be a surprise for you guys. But we will be back tomorrow at noon. Okay? All right, guys, grab that package. Sign up for the moon clearing too. All right. Bye, guys.